For more on the crypto space in particular, let's bring in Polychain Capital founder and CIO Olaf Carlson. Polychain is a crypto financial firm that works with investors and businesses to accelerate the global adoption of cryptocurrency. Great to see you. Thanks so much for joining us, Olaf. Well, my first big picture question is how many currencies you think will be successful and hold their current levels in the medium to long term?
Yeah, so one of the beauties of this entire industry is that anybody in the world can create one of these crypto assets, whether it be a technological platform or simply an asset representing an interest in some sort of decentralized organization, all of this based on the internet. So I think there will be thousands of successful projects out there. It's really all about replacing these traditional financial rails, traditional marketplace models with software systems that are global and operate 24/7, 365.
In terms of the best ways for investors to play this space, clearly there's the underlying cryptocurrencies and then an increasing number of publicly listed equities that relate to the crypto space. What do you make of those equities, or are they just getting disproportionate amount of attention because they're the first ones to list and actually a lot of the better companies are still in private hands?
So I do think there's a lot of high quality companies in private hands, although the companies that are public, for example, Coinbase, I actually view as relatively undervalued. If you just look at the growth of this entire industry, you know, the number of developers that are leaving traditional web companies to build in the crypto landscape, the advent of moving, you know, financial rails into software systems on blockchains, moving the corporate structure itself onto blockchains and redefining those legal contracts with pure software systems. It's a total paradigm shift, unlike anything we've ever seen. And so to me, you know, there's a lot of investment opportunity across the cryptocurrency landscape. That's going to be reflected both in public equities markets as well as in the crypto assets themselves.
So Olaf, where do you see this going? And what does that mean for, I guess, your future investments as well? I mean, I was talking to Silvergate Capital's CEO earlier today. They just launched a venture capital fund, too, and sort of focused on the future of fintech and obviously the role that crypto and blockchain is going to play in that. I mean, this was really the year of the explosion of coins and institutional investor flows into some of these cryptocurrency assets. But as you think about DeFi, as you think about blockchain, as you think about some of the broader capabilities of some of these technologies, where does it go from here?
Yeah, so, I mean, the macro picture here is that we're in the midst of the largest wealth transfer in modern human history as we replace, you know, monetary systems, financial systems, online web marketplaces and other web platforms, all with kind of a pure software system that's embedded inside these blockchains. And so what that means is it makes everything open source, open access, and online 24/7, 365, sort of tamper-proof from any central party, whether that be a specific country or a specific company or a specific person. So the disruption we're going to see here is not just of financial marketplaces, which is already well underway. Over $250 billion already is held in this decentralized financial system that's embedded inside blockchains. In addition to that, we're going to see the disruption of many of these classic kind of Web 2 companies that have a chokehold on the relationship between content creators and content consumers. And so the disruption of these big platforms, whether they be a marketplace like eBay, Etsy, Uber, or you know, social media networks like Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter, all of these systems are going to be disintermediated and sort of replaced by these software systems embedded in blockchains. So it's a very, very important thing that's happening right now. And I think part of the reason that we've seen such an explosion in interest is people are waking up that this is happening.
Olaf, lots of people have different views on, you know, the likely direction of Bitcoin prices in the short, medium, and long term, and so on and so forth. But is there anything that could kill crypto in its entirety? What is the single biggest risk out there?
Yeah, I mean, I think at this point the genie's out of the bottle. The momentum is there. We have something like 100 million users globally, and that number's only growing very rapidly. I don't think at this stage there's really anything that could fundamentally stop this. It's sort of like the creation of the internet itself, right? Different regions maybe adopted the internet at different paces. The industry was built in many different geographic locations, But at the end of the day, the promise of the technology is so powerful that it's basically inevitable once that genie gets out of the bottle.